Okay, yep, Great and Glorious Nick Dutch here yet again. I suppose I'd just like to expand a little more on the experience I had of the visitation of the Angel of Death that I mentioned in the previous video. And for this I'm going to dip into theory, basically. Not because I'm trying to escape from any arguments against me saying, oh, this stuff can't be real. So I'm just going to reset my stopwatch just a second so I make sure I don't overrun and screw up the chances of uploading the video. Okay, I'm dipping into theory because theory can give us perspective. It does not state facts, and people who do think that theory states facts are basically and that's putting it politely. And you know, the reason that we're using theory is it can be a useful model of the world. I'm also not going to turn around to you and state that or talk as if models of the world are in fact real. Within occult theory, it is assumed that an individual practitioner who has over time built up within their experience and within their own magical world, which in this case means imaginary world, lists of categories of beings, be they spirits of nature, like salamanders, gnomes, fairies, and all the rest, whether they are ghosts, shades of the dead, demons, or angelic beings. In this particular case, we have an intriguing experience because the subjects of the experiment, namely myself, saw a full manifestation of this apparently supernatural, angelic, or archangelic being in a particular rather familiar anthropomorphic form, namely that of a skeleton that was standing beside my bed, which had one hand. He had one hand on my shoulder and one hand on my thigh. Why did I see a skeleton? Why did I not see a devil? Why did I not see a salamander or a gnome or a kindly old man? If we dip into occult theory, we could say that there is an energy, namely a feeling, a form of consciousness or some variety of spiritual energy which appeared or was gathered together in the space that was defined by the circle. It appeared as a result of me performing the prayerful, reverent, meditative activity of the ritual itself. This energy may have already existed somewhere in the world already and has just been coalesced or brought down from the stars or came from heaven or whatever, and anyway, this presence of consciousness is there. My sensory faculties, be it the sixth sense, the aura, or whatever, which is again another hypothetical construct which is kind of useful, would then perceive something, and through the catalogue of symbols and symbology and ideas and characters that I have within my visual imagination, an image was selected that best represented the rank, character, being, and meaning of this form of energy. So if I had believed that Satan was a good angel, or that Lucifer was the personification of this same particular force that I was summoning, then I would have no doubt seen Lucifer or Satan. Naturally, the natural scientists would shrug this off as being a hallucination, a pareidolia or apophenia moment, and they're perfectly free to. However, there were some intriguing phenomena which occurred, such as the feeling of the bolts of electricity, the static electricity or bolts of lightning to my head, the sense of words entering into my head in the form of a meaning, which would not normally be explained by the phenomenon of pareidolia or apophenia. It was an intriguing sensation. I've experimented a lot with hypnosis through mind-altering technology, and I have not ever had that experience through hypnotic trances, which suggests that something else is happening. we still can't say that I had definitely seen the dark angel of death. We still cannot say with any certainty that I had seen an angelic being or something which had come from God, or whether this was a real being. All we can do is state that there was an experience here. The result of the experience, from my point of view, was that of a feeling of tranquility, wisdom, a sense of purpose, being, and a few other things which are a little difficult to describe. A sense of not being alone when I was all alone. A sense there really was something or someone else in the room. All intriguing stuff. But no matter what, we still cannot extrapolate any further. I'm sure if I was a Christian and done a similar exercise in a similar manner, under similar circumstances, I would probably have seen Jesus Christ. But my symbology, my imaginary world, the translucid, so to speak, as Alphonse Louis Constant spoke about in Transcendental Magic, my own translucid, my own imaginary world and sensitivity world decodes these energies in different ways than, let's say, a fundamentalist, well-researched Christian, than, let's say, a fundamentalist, well-researched Wiccan or Odinist or Satanist or whatever. So when you're having your experiences, it will depend a lot upon what you've prepared your mind to absorb, to take on board, the images, characters, and personalities. It's my personal assumption, I would say assumption rather than belief, because belief is not appropriate here, that it is easier to operate with and or summon darker or lower energy forces. Again, that's just in inverted commas, things which deal with baser emotions such as hatred, greed, material matters, and so on and so forth. But it was rather odd that I had summoned this being out of anger, hatred, and rage, and the being turned out to be a being of wisdom, strength, and love. Maybe you don't always get what you ask for, and you just get what you want. Again, who knows? This is fun stuff to play around with, and it's fun stuff to think about. But we still cannot intellectually or rationally jump to conclusions as to precisely what this being or thing was.